Hi, my name's Matt. I'm going to talk about apps that help you learn songs. The application open before you is Amplitube 2. It is an amp simulator, and it has a tuner. You can add stomp boxes here if you'd like. It's got different amp heads, different cabinets, different mics, and different rack effects. And as you can see here, everything is empty. So I like to try to match the sound to the song I'm learning. So I do have some presets. I'm going to go to Matt. I'm going to go to Matt Dirty Extra Verb, which means I got a little bit of distortion, a little extra reverb, because I'm going to be learning a Van Halen song. So I'll go boom. So now kind of simulating a little bit that old vintage Van Halen sound. I'm not going to talk much more about Amplitube, but it is a program that I highly recommend using. Now, when we look at the head up here, we have a MP3 player. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the audio that I want to listen, or that I want to learn. Excuse me. So for this particular tutorial, I'm going to learn Feel Your Love Tonight. So open that. Boom, there it is. You'll see it loads. So we can play that. Now, there's pitch and tempo controls that we're not going to use right now, but, well, I'll give you a demo. You can slow down the pitch. Now that you can also slow down the tempo. So anyway, we'll get back to that later. We also have a looper. So let's say there's a certain particular part that I want to listen to. I hit play. You get the picture. It will loop it very cleanly. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. You can clear it. So that's Amplitube. This is one program. So if you got a good ear and you're just fine learning by ear, this is really a helpful tool to have. But I'm a cheater, so I like every tool possible. Usually what I'll do is I'll go on YouTube. I happen to find this video on YouTube. He's just doing the solo part, but it's accurate. And really all I needed was a solo. I thought, awesome, right on. Okay, so there, that helps a lot. So I can watch it on YouTube. The most important thing in watching these guys on YouTube is your assessment of their accuracy. If you see somebody who says something like, oh, I'm just giving this a shot, or this is my first video on YouTube, I hope you like it. No, don't do anything like that. This guy is obviously a pro with a great ear, and he's got a U.S. Guard shirt on, and he looks pretty buff, so he's got to be a good guy. Plus, he's playing Van Halen on a red zebra guitar. But all that aside, I knew right away when I saw this, I knew right away it was going to be good, right from this point right here. Guy's got his name. He's got a title on it. He's not talking, He's just like, here it is. Here's how you play it. So I really like that. I'm going to leave this open for now. I'm just going to minimize it. The next program I like to have is this one right here. By the way, these little icons, this is everything I'm using for this tutorial. So I like Guitar Pro 5. after that pretty song's done, you see the tab. Now, once again, everything's based on your assessment. My assessment is this tab is pretty accurate. I'll listen to it by hitting play. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. 3, 4. He's got this little thing right here. I don't really hear that in the tab, but if he's doing it, it's a grace note. It's really fast. So I'm looking at this, thinking this is pretty good, but there's some other nice features too. Let's go jump up to the solo. When I'm panning through here looking for the solos, what I'm looking for is a lot of 16th notes and bands and stuff. It looks like I found it right here. You just highlight that, click on it, and then we play. Now it sounds funny because it's computer generated, but you got to try to see past that. We can highlight this and loop it. Now when you open your looper, you get a simple loop or a speed trainer. I like to use simple loop, and then right here you could decrease the speed by 50%. Now let's listen to it. So there you go. There's a little part you want to learn, like let's say you want to learn that lick. Just highlight that. That's still too fast. Go ahead and slow it down a little bit more. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's very nice, very helpful. Save you lots and lots of time. So that's Guitar Pro, and I can't stress enough the accuracy of the tab. If you have any doubts, see an instructor, and have your, even if you just hire an instructor for one lesson now and then, get a bunch of tab, take it in and say, is this tab right? Should I use this? I've done that many times for my students. Now I'm going to minimize that. Another really nice tool is the audio retoucher. What this does is it retunes songs. Now we can do that in Amplitube, but these increments are much finer, and it's easier to use. So if I'm learning Van Halen, I know that Eddie goes into the studio and he doesn't always tune to a tuner. He could be close, but he's all over the place. And I play a Ibanez guitar with a whammy bar, so I don't like to be retuning all the time. So what I'll do is I'll take a song. A good example of this, a song that's way off, is "And the Cradle Will Rock" by Van Halen. This is tuned up to standard pitch, or pretty close to it. So I'll play this. And I can hear right away that I'm way out of tune. So what I'll do is I'll adjust the pitch of this a little bit and see how it sounds. Usually you can do this live. Now it sounds pretty close. Sounds pretty close. Some of the things that, some of the times you'll get stuck between a couple increments here and it won't sound right. You can come over here to the speed wheel and you can dial it in a little more. So let's try that. I think I got it. That's pretty close. Not exact, but you know, it's pretty close. But now what you can do with Audio Retoucher, you cannot do this in Amplitube, is you can save that file, and I'm going to save it as a delete. I'm going to save it to my desktop. So once this is saved, I'll open it Windows Media Player, and it'll be in tune. So now that file is in tune. I can load that file into here, into Amplitube, and don't have to mess with it. So it's a great tool. So I'm going to delete this. And there you have it, folks. Amplitube, Guitar Pro tab, Audio Retoucher, 3 invaluable tools. Oh yeah, and let's not forget YouTube, 4 valuable tools that will aid you in learning songs, because that's what we play guitar for, is to learn songs. I can't stress enough, though, the value of having accurate information, having your guitar accurately in tune to the MP3, having the correct tab. So I enjoyed doing this tutorial and hope to do others. Thanks.